Hello friends, so this is Ashton here. So today I'm going to start a new series. Okay, so it's called Office Script. So basically this is a version of Google Apps Script which is from Microsoft. Okay, so it's working on the Excel Online, and this is a quite new tool, and if you are a VBA user, and this should be a very easy tool for you to use. And I'm going to introduce you the basic process to do the automation with this new tool, right? So some basic requirements you need to know if you are trying to use it. And this is working only for the Excel Online, okay? It's not working on your local machine. And you need to have basically OneDrive for Business. Maybe you need to have for free users, you cannot use it. And you basically need to have educational Microsoft account or enterprise Microsoft account. Okay, so and for the tools we're going to use here, first of all, you need to have Excel Online, and you need to know how to use Office Script, and this part is the most important part we're going to focus on in this new series. Okay, and the last part, which is also very popular, so if you so this is called Power Automate. It was MS Flow, if you heard about this. So basically they're the same thing, just the name was changed to this Power Stuff, PowerPoint, Power Apps, Power Automate. So basically it's just a family language, like name habit like this. All right, this is the tools we're going to use with this new series. So our main focus is on this Office Script, okay? And also I'm going to introduce you how to use this Power Automate a little bit, but this is not main focus on this Power Automate. And for the basic flows here, so basically we need to use the Power Automate to start our flow. Okay, if you are trying to do the automation, you need to use Power Automate. It looks like a trigger function, so basically it's going to trigger some event and to run the script for you automatically. And basically, and after the trigger function starts, and we can use the script to manipulate your data in the Excel file, okay? And finally, going to read the data from Excel file or write some data to your Excel file. And then the flow ends with some other, maybe send the data out with a repo or something like that, and that's the end. So basically this is the basic flow for how to automate your daily work with Office Script and Power Automate and Excel Online. So that's the introduction, and let me give you an example. Okay, so here, as you can see, I'm in this file, and I have an Excel file with some sample data here, basically some sales data I grabbed from website online from. So basically this is a sales report, very simple report, and I created two pivot tables, if you can see here. So I have sales by rep, and I have a sales by region. Okay, so you can create a lot of stuff with pivot table, right? So I'm not going to show you how to do that, but that's not the part of this video. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a script to create a HTML table with all of this data and send this HTML table as an email, right? An email with two tables, which is sales by rep and sales by region. So the script is here. So if you can see, if you can find automate menu here, that means you have the access to use Office Script, and you can create a new script, and also you can record your actions. So this is very similar to VBA macro. Okay, so you can basically record every step you did you will do here. So you record that step and they're going to generate the code for you. Okay. So for this, in this video, I'm not going to write the code here because I already prepared it. And to short this video a little bit, maybe in the future project, I'm going to show you how to write the script. Okay. And here you have a menu to show all of your script. So for you maybe there is no script for you. So if you never use it, and you have some sample code here, you can check. Okay. So this is the samples provided by Microsoft. And here since I already created this script, and let me show you what I'm doing here. Okay. So if you open the script editor here, so basically this is a JavaScript. Okay. So if you know how to use JavaScript, it's going to be a plus for you. And this by default is written in TypeScript, but they are basically I'm not very good at TypeScript, but actually you can use JavaScript here. It's going to give you some problems, but you can still use it. So here I'm not going to explain the TypeScript, JavaScript difference between them, but at least you can use JavaScript here. And let me show you what I'm doing here. So the first line is basically the types for Excel values. Okay, this is a typical TypeScript syntax. Okay, so in JavaScript we don't have something like this, so this is weird. So if you don't know TypeScript, but we don't have to focus on this part. And let me show you the second constant here is a sheet name. Basically this is for we have 3 tabs here, right? And this is for the name of these tabs. So very easy to understand. And this function, we have 3 functions here in this script. And this main function is the most important function, because this function is like an entry point for this script. Okay, so every time if you click on this button, this function are going to be executed first. All right, so this is always the function to be executed if you try to run this script. So this name cannot be changed, it has to be main. Okay, and you're going to take a parameter here called workbook. So by default it should be workbook like this. So I changed it to WB for short because you may need to use this a lot. So this workbook is point to this workbook, okay, the active one. So if you open this script in another Excel file, this workbook is point to another one. Okay, basically it is point to the active one right now. So let me show you the code here. So I basically store all of these tabs to a variable here for sales by rep, sales by region. So this is the sheet name, sheet object here. And I'm going to create 2 HTML tables with the data from sales by rep and sales by region. So this is a function here to create the HTML table. Okay, so we get the table, 2 tables, HTML tables, and we're going to return an object, response object. We have some success or not, if some errors. So here I didn't handle errors. So if error, this could be false, and I'm going to pass the error message here in this message property. And this last one, HTML body, is the most important thing because we're going to send this body as an email, right? And this is HTML body, and this is the HTML table, sales by region, and this is sales by rep. And you can add all your informations about you, about this email. You can add a lot of stuff here, right? So this is about the function here, and this one is going to create the table. So, and this one is going to get the text from the worksheet. So they're very easy to understand for this one, I think. So this is the function. This is functions in this demonstration, right? They're very easy to understand, I think. Basically, this script is going to, let me show you, maybe console log. So I'm going to load this response here, so you will see. So if I click on this run button, it should bring me the responses here, as you can see. And this part, this property, HTML body, this is most important stuff we're going to use. Okay, we're going to send it as an email, right? So this is the part in the of the script part. Okay, so in the Excel file. And by the way, this script is saved on your OneDrive. Okay, so if you open your OneDrive and go to the document folder, and you should have a folder called Office Script, and you can find all of your code, your script file here. And there's a file extension, as you can see here, OSTS. So basically OS is Office Script and TS is TypeScript. All right, so that's about the file. And let me show you how to automate this process. So for now, you cannot send email here, right? You can only create the HTML content from this script. And how can we send an email with this HTML content here? So that's a part is handled by the Power Automate. So let me show you how to do it. So this part is done for the Office script. Okay, so let's go to the Power Automate. And if you never used it before, you can go to these apps here, and you should be able to find. If you cannot find this Power Automate, you can go to all apps and you should be able to find it. And since I already opened here, and this is the home page, right? And go to the My Flows, right? And you can create a new flow, and you can create some types of flows. So for this one, so let me show you this one, scheduled cloud flows. Basically, for this one, you can run this script maybe every week, every day, every hour, every minute. Basically, this is time-based trigger. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to build a instant cloud flow because I'm going to test it first. Okay, I'm going to trigger the flow manually, and let me copy this name. So I rename this flow name, and I'm going to manually trigger flow. And you can have a lot of triggers. You can see here. Create. And the second step, we're going to create. So basically, you can add the next step and run script. And here in the actions list, you should click on this run script on Excel Online Business. Okay, so here you need to select for the location, you need to select OneDrive for business. But if you are using, if the Excel file is on your SharePoint or someone else, you can select the SharePoint. Okay, OneDrive for business, and select OneDrive. For the file, click on this folder icon and select the file. Okay, it is under the documents. Not documents. Go back, YouTube, and OS-001, and select the Excel file. So basically, this is a target file. I'm going to run the script. And for this script, as you can see here, I have two scripts in my folder, and I select the first one. So this is script going to be run, okay, in this step, and save it. And then let's try to test this step to make sure the script is working fine. And before, make sure this is saved. Okay, this is grayed up, and that is saved. Continue and run the flow. It's done, and the flow is running. The first step is done. The second step, so the flow runs successfully, and I spent six seconds. And if you check the input and output here, so we got our result, right? And this is a body. So let's make a copy of this body. So it returns a JavaScript JSON object. Okay, so if you check the raw output, so this is a body. Okay, under this body we have a result, and we have some logs, and we need to grab this HTML body and send it with an email, right? So the next step, we're going to grab the result from the body. So I'm going to use a function here called parse JSON. And the content here, it looks like it's already show us all of these results. So let me try to send the email directly. Not sure if we can do that. So send email. So you can have a lot of options here. You can send it with a Gmail or Outlook. So here I'm going to use mail. And let me check if I can grab. So HTML body. Okay, we have a HTML body here. So let's try to use this code view, and let's add this HTML body here. And for the email, let's try to my Gmail account, send this to my Gmail account, and sales report. So this is the subject, and we can add, I think we can add the message here and save it. So let's try to test it automatically, not automatically, manually, and continue, run the flow. It's working or not. So it's working, and then you can check the data here. Let me check output. So this is the body. Okay, sent in this email. So if I check my reload, so as you can see here, this is the table, right? And right now it's just a table, and you can add some borders or something like that. You can style your table and style your HTML content. Basically, that's very easy to do in the code, I think. So basically, you can add something like this. Okay, you can add some inline style to your tables or your HTML content if you check. So this part could be a little bit easier if you're doing this in this script. And you also can do it in the Power Automate, but it is not that easy to do. Comparing with do it in the Office script, it will be much easier, I think. Okay, so this is the basic flow. As you can see, you basically trigger flow here, and to run a script, and this script is going to get some data from an Excel file, and you use that file, you use the data, you can send it as an email, and you can do other stuff. Okay, so if you do edit, maybe you can, if you want to use Twitter, you can send a Twitter post or something like that. You can post a tweet, and you can basically do a lot of stuff here with a Power Automate. But this is not the part for this section, for this new session. Okay, the main purpose for this section is about this part for this script, and it's about how to manipulate the data in Excel file, and how to get the data you want, and how to prepare your data, and make it easier for you to use Power Automate, right? And you also can collect some data with Power Automate and save it to your Excel file. Okay, so basically you can add an action here, maybe for Twitter, and every time somebody posts some Twitter, post here, you can grab the tweet and grab the information and save it to Excel file with a script. Okay, if that is too complicated, because for Excel file you have a lot of actions here. You can run a script, you can delete a row, you can get a row, but these functions, they're designed with this connector in Power Automate, but this run script here is much flexible. Okay, you can do a lot of stuff which cannot be completed with these actions here in Power Automate. So you can consider how to use a script to do it for you. Okay, so if the task is too complicated for Power Automate, you can consider to use a script to do it. So I think that's the introduction for this video. And if you are using MS Office in your daily work, and this could be a useful tool for you to automate the boring tasks in your daily work. Okay, so I'm going to see you in the next video, and that's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye.